You might be familiar with the September 11 attacks, often referred to as 9/11. There are numerous documentaries, movies, and documents available online that provide in-depth accounts of this tragic event. But what's exactly the story of it? First, let's look back at what happened on September 11, 2001, a day that brought horror to the United States. The 9/11 attacks were a series of 4 coordinated suicide attacks by the terrorist group al-Qaeda on the United States in 2001, where bin Laden and al-Qaeda were plotting to attack America in a more direct and deadly way. And what happened, we all know. 19 terrorists hijacked 4 commercial flights, crashing the first 2 into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. Then the third plane struck the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, while the fourth crashed in rural Pennsylvania after passengers attempted to overcome the hijackers. These attackers killed nearly 3,000 people and injured thousands more, making them the deadliest terrorist act in history. Well, later bin Laden eventually admitted to his role in orchestrating the attacks, as the mastermind was someone else. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, KSM, right? A former al-Qaeda member and mechanical engineer who was captured on March 1, 2003 in Rawalpindi, Pakistan by a joint CIA and ISI operation. KSM confessed in March 2007 to orchestrating the attacks. In 2008, he faced charges including war crimes and attacks on civilians. The question that now has to be answered is whether he and his co-defendants Walid bin Atash and Mustafa al-Hausa will be executed. According to the New York Times, KSM and 2 other defendants have agreed to a plea deal, avoiding the death penalty but receiving life sentences. Yes, the exact location of their imprisonment is still uncertain, as they have spent nearly 20 years in the US military prison at Guantanamo, Cuba. The agreement was finalized after 27 months of negotiations. Although prosecutors said in a letter to the families of 9/11 victims that the death penalty is now no longer an option for the 3 accused. This letter was sent shortly before the Department of Defense announced the news in a press release. The letter revealed that Mohammed and his co-defendants are expected to plead guilty at a hearing possibly next week. Now, many 9/11 victims' families are dissatisfied with this outcome. Terry Strada, National Chair for 9/11 Families United, expressed frustration, stating that the plea deal was a shock and questioning the timing. She and others are calling for the death penalty for those responsible.